and welcome back to Gigi's Kitchen. My name's Alexis and today I wanted to show you how to make my Nan's Rhubarb Crumble from my new book, Gifts from Grandpa. Show you how to make my Nan's Rhubarb Crumble, but before I do, if you are new to my channel, then hello and welcome. It's lovely to have you here, and if you love cooking videos and you want to see more, then I upload every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 PM, so please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So today I want to show you how to make my Nan's Rhubarb Crumble, and this recipe is in my new cookbook, Gifts from Grandpa, which is available to buy on Amazon. This book is written in loving memory of my dad. I think my dad was an amazing cook, so I wanted to write down some of his recipes and put them into a book. So in here are a few of my dad's recipes, some of my recipes, a couple of my Nan's and one of my grandfather's as well. So it's like a family cookbook. And my dad also believed that everybody should have a home and everybody should have a place to go to. So £1 from the sale of each book will go to the homeless charity Crisis. Now, on to my rhubarb crumble recipe. Now this is my Nan's rhubarb crumble recipe, but I've changed it up a little bit and I've added a few things. My Nan wasn't the best cook in the world. She didn't mind cooking, but it wasn't her favourite thing to do. She much preferred to be in the garden growing flowers and vegetables and all sorts of other stuff. But when she did go into the kitchen, she did cook a few things that were really yummy, and this was one of them. Rhubarb crumble, I always remember her making this, and it was always so yummy when she made it. As a kid, I loved it, and I think my grandparents used to get the rhubarb from the neighbour's garden. My neighbour used to grow lots of vegetables and fruit in his garden, and rhubarb was one of the things he used to grow. I always remember as a kid peering over the fence to see the rhubarb growing and all the colours of the flowers from the fruits and vegetables. It was just amazing as a child to look at that. So yes, I remember this recipe with great fondness, and I thought I'd share my version of it with you today. So here is how to make my Nan's Rhubarb Crumble. The first thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Now I'm going to make my filling first. So I've got a large bunch of rhubarb which I've just chopped up, and I'm simply going to put that into a pan, and to that I'm going to add 50 ml of water, and I'm also going to add this is like 1-inch piece of ginger that I've grated up, so I'm just going to add this in now. So that goes in, and then I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon as well, which I'm going to add into, and then I'm going to stir these ingredients together, and I'm going to put this on a high heat and then bring it to the boil. So I'm just going to put this on a high heat now, and I'm going to bring that to the boil, and then I'm going to leave it to simmer and wait until all the rhubarb has softened in there. So as you can see, this has started to come to the boil now. So all I'm going to do is turn the heat right down to a very low heat, and I'm going to leave this to simmer. While that's simmering away, I'm going to make the topping, and the thing I love about crumble is it's so easy. So in this bowl I have 100 grams of gluten-free oats, and the reason I use gluten-free oats is because I have a gluten intolerance. There's no other reason but that. And then in the next bowl I have 100 grams of ground pecans, and I've grinded these up in the NutriBullet. You can do it in a blender. I don't think you can buy these ground up in the supermarket. If you can't grind them up, then you can always chop them quite finely, and that will do the same thing. The reason I grind them is so that my son doesn't know they're in there, otherwise he probably wouldn't eat the crumble, you see. But anyway, the joys of having a fussy eater. And then I've got in this bowl I've got 50 grams of coconut sugar. You can use brown sugar, and I would suggest brown sugar or coconut sugar because it will make the topping go more caramelly and like crunchier as well. It's much nicer than refined white sugar, I think. It's got a lot more taste to it. And then finally, I'm going to add 50 grams of coconut oil, or you could use unsalted butter, or you could also use ghee as well. And the recipe for ghee I will put in the description box below for you. And all I'm going to do now is just simply, with my hands, is mixing the coconut oil with the other ingredients, and then hopefully we will have a lovely topping to go on top of our rhubarb filling. That's all well mixed in now, and I'm going to put that on top once the rhubarb is cooked. So I've removed the filling from the hob and I've just let it go soft and squidgy in the pan. I think it was on the hob for about 10 or 15 minutes. Basically, you just got to leave it until it goes soft like that. And all I'm going to do now is transfer it to my pie dish, my Pyrex dish. Any sort of dish that will hold a crumble in will do. And then I've got my topping in here, and I'm just going to put this on top of the crumble so it's all lovely. Thing I love about crumble is it's so easy to do. That is literally it. And all I'm going to do now is put this in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until the topping goes golden brown and the filling starts to bubble up around the sides, and then you know it's done. But that's it. That's how easy a crumble is. So I'm just going to pop this in the oven now. So the crumble has finally cooked. The topping is beautiful and golden brown, and as you can see here, the filling has started to bubble up around the side, so that means it's done. So I'm going to put this on the side and leave it to cool now. I've left this to cool for a little while, and I thought I'd just give it a little try before I serve it to anybody this evening, just to make sure it's okay. We're actually going to enjoy this with some homemade custard, and if you want to know how to make my homemade custard, then please let me know and I will make a video for you. But right, so now I'm going to try this and let's see how it is. Oh yeah, that's really good. Oh, you can taste the ginger in it and the rhubarb as well. And the topping, if you're wondering why I didn't put any sugar in the bottom with the rhubarb, the topping is actually quite sweet on its own. So once you've eaten it together, it makes the rhubarb quite sweet anyway. So that's why I didn't put any sugar in the base. So that's how you make my Nan's Rhubarb Crumble, and that recipe, as I mentioned earlier, is in my new cookbook, Gifts from Grandpa, which is available to buy on Amazon, and I will link the recipe in the description box below too. We're off to enjoy this with some homemade custard this evening, as I also mentioned earlier, and that recipe is also in my new cookbook, Gifts from Grandpa. It's actually a serving suggestion for this in here. So if you would like to know how to make my homemade custard, then please let me know in the comments below and I'll make that video for you. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. Do you enjoy eating crumble, and what sort of crumble do you like eating? I'd love to know, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.